Good morning. My name is Vanessa Guillaume. I'm in Haiti right now, and I survived the earthquake in January 12, 2010. So I'm just here to share my experience with you. I hope that this will give you a little insight of what happened. I was in my office at that time. I was with my friend who came to visit me, and it was time to close at that time. 5 o'clock, I would have been closing, and I was waiting for her to finish. I was going to go next door to my friend's house to talk to him. I was sitting there on my phone, and then the desk started shaking a little bit, started vibrating, and then it started shaking a little harder, and I was like, okay. Usually we have trucks that pass by, and when they pass by, sometimes you feel the ground shaking, so I thought this was just the same thing that was going on. But when the wall behind me, this solid wall started shaking, not in this house, but in my other house, started shaking. It started shaking like this, like paper blowing in the wind. And that's when we realized, okay, we need to get out of here. And when we got to run out, the ground was shaking too fast. It was like shuffling under our feet. So we couldn't even walk fast or even run. We had to take baby steps, like, to hold our balance. We didn't even get out when the earthquake finished. We got out after the earthquake finished. So if the house was going to fall on us, it would have fell, we would have died. But thank God the house was solid enough to hold us. And when we were trying to get out, the wall was cracking open and everything was falling on us. I was scared to look up, but I was just begging, don't let nothing fall on me when I was trying to walk out. And when the earthquake settled down a little bit, then we ran out. And we were standing in front of the house shaking like, oh my God, what just happened, and shocked. And then outside it was full of dust. I mean, dust, and I was all in white, and we started coughing, started getting into my throat, and we were just coughing. And I was like, where's all that dust coming from? I'm looking around like, what's with the dust? When I looked behind my house, and I saw dust, and it was empty. So I was like, where's the house that was behind me? My friend's house, where I was supposed to go. Well, I didn't even know it was collapsed yet, but the house had totally collapsed. That's what created the dust there. And I was going to go there if my friend Francine wasn't still with me. I was going to close early and go talk to my friend. I would have been there. And thank God I didn't have to go there. He came to me instead and talked to me in my office. So he made it. He didn't die, but other people in the house died. 3 people. A girl my age, she's about 20. Her name is Lisa. Rest in peace. I would have died if I was in that house. That's what I keep thinking about. I thought it was over. The big part was over. But the worst part for me was the aftershock. I got out on the earth, like when we were standing out, we thought everything was over, and then the ground was like this, like a crit going back and forth. And I was like, so when we realized the earth was still shaking, we got out and we ran in the middle of the street. And then that's when we realized what happened. That's when we saw all the damage that was done. That's when we realized it wasn't just our house shaking, but the whole earth was shaking. And we saw cars parked outside. Nobody could get through. Everybody was running and screaming, Jesus, Jesus. The road was full of dust, and everybody was covered in dust and blood, and wow. And I was like in shock, because I'm like, this is Haiti. I've heard of earthquakes in California and Mexico and Japan and those lands, but this is Haiti. Wow, I mean, what's going on? Another thing everybody was afraid of was water. We didn't know if we were going to get a tsunami or not. And I was just like, we're all going to die tonight, because it felt like the earth was not going to stop shaking, like it was not over. Everything that I was seeing, dead people on the street, and then you would see people stuck in their house, and you would see like a leg sticking out the house or an arm sticking out, and you would see people trying to pull people out in their house. So they're stuck, they're talking to you, but you can't get them out. That was the sad part. You hear the person talking, you're telling you they're okay, they're stuck, they can't get out. And people trying to lift the rocks with their bare hands because they don't have the equipment to do it. That was sad, you know. A lot of people were stealing food and going in banks and looting and stuff, and we were just looking around like you heard gunshots, and it was just chaotic outside. A lot of people are saying it was God is bringing judgment upon Haiti. Haitians are no good, so God is teaching us, giving us a lesson, blah, blah, blah. And other people are saying it's Satan, destroying people, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to say it's God or Satan. Because first of all, God is not evil like that. He doesn't destroy the wicked and the innocent. In Bible times, you will see that when God will destroy a city, he will always warn his people, and he will save the people who are innocent. God always warned the people before he destroyed the city. He didn't just come unannounced. But the Bible also tells us in Matthew 24 verse 7 that, this is a warning that, in the last days that you will hear of earthquakes in one place after another. One happened in Indonesia that triggered a tsunami. Now in Haiti, now in Chile. Not a lot of people died in Chile like Haiti. Why? Because in Haiti, we don't build the houses like they do in Chile. Just the government, it's the code. They don't have any codes down here. They don't have a system that's protecting the people here, protecting their houses. They're coming to check to see if the house is good enough to stand. They're not doing that here. So it's not God. God is not the one building the houses. So how am I going to blame God? This earthquake has taught me a lot. It taught me about material things, how they come and go. Life is important. You don't need a house to survive. And I learned how you eat to survive. You don't live to eat, but you eat to live. You start learning how to share. After the earthquake, the aftershock wasn't just physical. It was emotional because you don't know where the people are. Everybody's scattered around. You can't call them, so you don't know if that person is dead. You don't know where that person was. It's not until a month later or a couple of weeks later you start reaching people that you thought were dead. You see them. Oh my God, your house was destroyed. I thought you were under the house, but you were alive. Or your job was destroyed. I thought you were there, but you were alive. You made it out. Or this and that. You're just happy to see. It was a good experience in a way because you learn what life is all about. You plan for tomorrow, you plan for this, but you never know what's going to happen. The earthquake came unannounced like that.